Before we start, the list of materials you'll need to take part in the workshop is pencils, xerox paper or sketchbook, sharpeners, pencil parer, erasers, rubbers, markers, and drawing pens. Welcome back to Drawing Comics with Sean, and today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing up our very own character sheet. And what a character sheet is, it's like you're interviewing your own character. It's essentially a fill in the gap exercise where you write up the character's name, age, gender, appearance, backstory, special abilities, clothing and costume, and you can use this to try and come up with your own character. So here is a character that I came up with, my character, called Grundlemeld. He's a orc wizard. His age is 200. He's a male orc. His appearance, he has green skin and yellow teeth. His backstory, he was studying to become a wizard and he was accused of using dark magic and he was kicked out of the Wizard Academy. Special abilities is, of course, magic missile, burning hands, and the clothing that he wears is kind of an old tattered robe, which is all patched up. So that's a very distinctive character, and you can do the same too. So don't worry if you're stuck. Try and think of characters that you like. What stories do you like? Do you like Harry Potter? Do you like wizards? Do you like superhero? If you like superhero and like Batman, you can come up with a hero or a character who uses gadgets and who uses martial arts in order to fight his enemies. And try and think of a good backstory for your character. So Batman has a very dark backstory because his parents were killed, and he uses that in order to become a superhero to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. So why don't you try it yourself? Try and come up with your own character. And so why don't you start with the name, and then age, gender, appearance, backstory, special abilities, clothing, and costume. And then after that, we're going to draw all the proportions for this character, and then we're going to attempt to draw this character. So I'll give you a few minutes to write up your character sheet. Okay, so now what we're going to do is that we're going to draw the proportions for your character that you've just written up about. So proportions are, it's a stickman figure, so you start with drawing the head and the rest of the body, the upper body, the lower body, the torso, the legs, the knees, the feet, and your shoulder and arms and hands. So why don't you start drawing that first on your spare sheet if you have one, and then when you've finished drawing your proportion stickman, I want you then to look at your character sheet that you filled in and then try and draw your character on a separate page. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Okay, so here's my character that I drew earlier. Here's my character of Grundlemeld. So what I want you to do now is, like I said, start drawing your character. Use your stick person and start drawing your character, and use your character sheet to help you in order to draw your character. And while you do that, I'm going to add in a bit more detail to Grundlemeld here by drawing over the pencil drawings with marker. And once you are finished drawing your character with pencil, then you can do the same if you're happy with it. Then you can start drawing over your character with Sharpie markers or pen if you want, and you can, with the marker, you can then fill in any extra detail that you'd like and put in some extra detail, maybe some shadow. If you want to add in some more detail, maybe into his face or her face, and if you want to, you can start coloring your character in too. And it's always important when you are drawing your character to try and draw your stickman person first, and then once you're happy, then draw your character over it. And then once you're happy with your character, to fill in all the detail, like rub out the stick person and then begin adding in all the detail and drawing over in permanent marker to finalize your character in Sharpie marker or Pro markers or pen, whatever you like, in order to finalize the character. I'm just going to add in a little bit more extra detail here, like into his robes, try and make them a little bit more refined. I've added in a little bit more extra detail, and you can do the same too. Like my character's wearing a robe, so I'm trying to make the drawing look a bit more like he's wearing robes, and it's all about practice at the end of the day. Practice makes perfect. Okay, and there we have our character finalized. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching Drawing Comics with Sean, and I hope to see you next time.